I know a ghost!
Hey, what up, dudes? I got a topic today, and it is, what is a simp? I think that I've figured out what a simp is. Let me fuck around on here real quick. I'm still learning how to use this Streamlab shit. I'm basically experimenting with the screen share. I found this article that I thought was interesting. So let me test this shit out real quick. Yeah, so basically, this is what I wanted to talk about today. What is a simp? I think I figured out exactly what a simp is. Let's see if I can get this shit to work. All right, this is an article that I found, and it says, what is codependency? Codependency refers to a mental, emotional, physical, and/or spiritual reliance on a partner, friend, or family member. The term was originally coined in the 1950s in the context of Alcoholics Anonymous to support partners of individuals who abused substances and who were entwined in the toxic lives of those they cared for, says Dr. Renee Exelbert, a licensed psychologist and author based in New York. This is still true, but today codependency covers a much broader spectrum. Codependency is not a clinical diagnosis or a formally categorized personality disorder on its own. Generally speaking, codependency incorporates aspects of attachment style patterns developed in early childhood, and it can also overlap with the personality disorders, including dependent personality disorder. The varying forms of codependency. Codependency can come in all shapes and sizes and varying levels of severity. Foundationally, it is due to poor concept of self and poor boundaries, including an inability to have an opinion or say no, says Dr. Mark Mayfield, a licensed professional counselor. He adds that codependency can develop in all sorts of relationships, such as parent-child, partner-partner, spouse-spouse, and even co-worker boss. Signs of codependency. As outlined above, codependency refers to an imbalanced relationship pattern where one person assumes responsibility for meeting another person's needs to the exclusion of acknowledging their own needs or feelings. Codependency is a circular relationship in which one person needs the other person, who in turn needs to be needed. The codependent person, known as the giver, feels worthless unless they are needed by and making sacrifices for the enabler, otherwise known as the taker. Codependent relationships are thus constructed around an inequity of power that promotes the needs of the taker, leaving the giver to keep on giving, often at the sacrifice of themselves. According to Dr. Mayfield and Dr. Exelbert, signs of codependency might include some, but not necessarily all, the following: a sense of walking on eggshells to avoid conflict with the other person, feeling the need to check in with the other person and or ask permission to do daily tasks, often being the one who apologizes even if you have done nothing wrong, feeling sorry for the other person even when they hurt you, regularly trying to change or rescue troubled, addicted, or under functioning people whose problems go beyond one person's ability to fix them, doing anything for the other person even if it makes you feel uncomfortable, putting the other person on a pedestal despite the fact that they don't merit this position, a need for other people to like you in order to feel good about yourself, struggling to find any time for yourself, especially if your free time consistently goes to the other person, feeling as if you've lost a sense of yourself or within the relationship. Why codependency is an unhealthy dynamic. While everyone has loved ones and feels responsible for those loved ones, it can be unhealthy when someone's identity is contingent upon someone else. Codependency does not refer to all caring behavior or feelings, but only those that are excessive to an unhealthy degree. Responsibility for relationships with others needs to coexist with responsibility to self, says Dr. Exelbert. This dynamic has also been referred to as a relationship addiction because people with codependency often form relationships that are one-sided, emotionally destructive, and or abusive. In that sense, the inherent problem of codependency is that the individual loses their true sense of self since they're pouring so much into someone else. Even if the giver doesn't feel this way immediately, they likely enjoy giving their love and being relied upon. It can develop to very unhealthy degrees as the relationship progresses. Another inherent issue is that it becomes difficult for the giver to extricate themselves from the relationship since they might feel the other person relies on them so much, even if they know in their gut it is the right thing to do. Conversely, the taker will feel so reliant on the other that they can have difficulty leaving a toxic relationship as well. How to reduce codependent tendencies. The first step in reducing codependent tendencies is to focus on self awareness. This can be done on your own, of course, but Dr. Mayfield also stresses the importance of therapy to help you really unravel your codependent tendencies. He adds, many who struggle with codependency don't seek help until their life begins to fall apart. My advice is to be proactive and seek help. Once you're on that journey, try to bet your best to do the following: become president of your own fan club, learn to speak lovingly and positively to yourself, and resist the impulse to self criticize, says Dr. Exelbert. Take small steps towards some separation in the relationship. Seek activities outside of the relationship and invest in new friendships. Focus on figuring out the things that make you who you are and then expand upon them. When tempted to think or worry about someone else, actively turn your attention inward. This takes practice, so be kind to yourself along the way. Stand up for yourself if someone criticizes, undermines, or tries to control you, says Dr. Exelbert. By working on building your own sense of self esteem, you'll find more strength in yourself. Don't be afraid to say no to someone when you don't really want to do something. If one on one therapy doesn't appeal to you, consider trying a support group or group psychotherapy, suggests Dr. Exelbert. There's even an organization called Codependence Anonymous that addresses needing to be needed and past relationship dynamics. A word from Very Well. Codependency is a nuanced behavior that comes in many forms and levels of intensity. It often leads to an unhealthy relationship dynamic that progressively gets worse over time as the codependent person loses a sense of themselves. Self awareness and active redirection from the behavior is key in reducing codependent tendencies. Be kind to yourself as you work through the years of learned behavior. Let's see here. Yeah, so what up, everybody? What up, Wes? What up, JR? Jim, Polska. What's up, dudes? So did you guys think that article was a good explanation of what a simp is? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Hold on a second. I gotta let's see. Copy clipboard. And yeah, anybody that wants to come in and talk about simping and if that is an accurate description. Because I mean, let's see, I can go back here and look at it and break it down where I thought it was like a perfect description of what a simp is. If my computer would stop being a piece of shit. Come on. Let's see. Scroll back up here. What made me think about this was the fucking Will Smith shit. How it talks about the giver and the taker. Let's see. Yeah, like right here it says doing anything for the other person, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Like for example, like cucks and simps, like Will Smith. It basically that's what they're doing. They're like addicted to being Captain Save-A-Hose to the point of where they'll let their woman fuck other guys to feel like they're doing something. Yeah, like a need for other people to like you in order to feel good about yourself. Like Will Smith cares so much about being liked by other people that he's willing to let other men fuck his wife and stay with her. That's basically what a cuck and a simp is it's just somebody that cares way too much about fitting in with the blue pill matrix. Struggling to find any time for yourself, especially if your free time consistently goes to the other person. That makes me think about all them fucking married dudes that fucking, uh, you know what I'm saying? They just fucking, their whole life revolves around satisfying their wife and shit. So, like, there's literally a psychological term for a simp. It's a codependent. 5 years of freedom. I have a psychology degree, studied codependency, but never knew what it really meant until I figured out I was a simp. Then it made perfect sense. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. It's like simps simping isn't simping isn't actually the original term for it. It's like a literal thing, like there's like psychologists and like therapists and shit that have like studied this. Happy birthday, Mom Macintosh. Jim McIntosh, is it your birthday? Chillin', gotta get spiffy for mom's birthday. Happy birthday to your mama. Who's a bigger simp cuck, Will Smith or Jack Murphy? I would say that Jack Murphy is more of a cuck because Jack Murphy like wrote an article about how he's openly okay with other dudes fucking his girlfriend or wife or whatever. Will Smith is a type of cuck where his wife cheated on him and he caught her and then he stayed with her anyway. I don't think he's not really advertising for cucketry. He just is a cuck. Jack Murphy openly uh he openly like wrote an article promoting it. Like he was basically bragging about being a cuck. Said, "Hey Coco Jojo, Coco Jojo's in the house." I would think a psych degree in business would be more useful than a business degree. Yeah, in this day and age, especially because you got so many fucking loopy ass people that have fucking mental disorders that you almost have to have a psych degree just to fucking coexist in this world. 5 years of freedom. When I was a simp for fucking 30 years, I did not feel like I had any value unless I was doing shit for a bitch in an effort to get a compliment. Yeah, man. I mean, we're definitely they train us to be codependent simps. Like that's what they want. This this article is like so accurate on so many points. JR, happy B day to your mom's, Jimbo. Jim McIntosh, she's a trooper, no doubt. Black Wolf going live later. I think I should jump on the panel, homie. Yeah, man, do what you got to do. Black Wolf's cool. Someone was saying he surrounds himself with trashy things and trashy people. Yeah, codependents or simps, they're basically playing God. They surround themselves with trashy people in an attempt to try to fix them because they're playing God, so they're trying to pretend like it's their job to be Captain Save-A-Ho. It goes further than just simping for women. They'll hang out with like low level dudes and attempt to fix them too. Young Peasy, 5 years of freedom, 2 videos on Smith debacle are fire. Yeah, 5 years of freedom. He's got good content. Anybody that's not already subscribed to him, check him out, man. He's definitely got some wisdom. Black Wolf said it would be tomorrow, gents. Yeah, you guys are stuck with me. D-Man, thanks, brother. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here for. As long as you guys are down to chill or whatever, we can talk about whatever. Polska Bob, that's a good point about compliments. 5 years, can't remember the last compliment I got. Yeah, I mean, it goes back to the seeking external validation. Our we're programmed from birth that our value comes from women's opinions of us, and it originates with our moms. So we're basically groomed to be seeking validation in the external. 5 years of freedom. Red pill knowledge is worth more than any human science or arts degree. If we can package red pill knowledge into a syllabus with an exam, we might be onto something. Yeah, I agree, dude. That's kind of like what I'm trying to do here, because basically what I see is with these codependency things and these, it's already been studied. They've already probably figured out like some sort of solution to it, and there probably is red pill knowledge in the solutions that these people have already found. D man 50. Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. Always happy to be on a ghost stream. Yeah, I'm glad to have you, man. Young Peasy, I've been going through your content, bro. Your content is on point 100. Thanks, man. I try to keep it pretty real. Try to not filter anything. Just that's why I like 5 years of freedom too, man. He's like me. We're just straight to the point, no bullshit. Just call like I see it. I appreciate that kind of content. It's hard to find these days, especially nowadays. They want to fucking censor everybody. D-Man 50 and JR Polska Bob, howdy guys. Young Peasy in the house. JR Gunsight homeboy. Young Peasy. I don't think Will Smith put a huge plastic horsecock up his rectum and put it online for everyone to see. Otherwise, I think it's nearly a draw. Yeah. Well, you talking about like comparing Jack Murphy to Will Smith. Yeah, Jack Murphy is like a full blown intentional cuck. You know what I mean? Like he like was writing articles about how he gets off on the idea of other guys fucking his girlfriend. Will Smith is just a guy that got cheated on and didn't have the balls to leave. So there's there's levels to this shit, fellas. There's different levels of MGTOW and there's different levels of cucks. I feel like there might be some hope for the Will Smith cucks. You know what I mean? The Jack Murphy cucks, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he's a pretty big cuck, dude. I don't know if there's any turning back from that. But hey, whatever, man. It ain't my place to judge. I'm just here to point it out and expose red pills. Young Peasy says, "Man, Will Smith needs to get help like yesterday, bro." Yeah, for sure, man. I feel for that dude. That's why I was bringing up this article, man, because it's like it's literally like a dysfunctional behavior that yes, the red pill, I feel like the red pill is just a result of overcoming this type of behavior. For all this, the Will Smiths that don't even know that they're simps and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's literally been broken down by like, you know, doctors and shit that simping is literally a dysfunctional behavior. It This red pill shit, we're not on here just talking shit about simps and stuff just to be dicks about it. It's legitimately mental illness and dysfunction. 5 years of freedom. I had a simp tell me yesterday, I can tell what a woman is about and what her history is after just talking with her a couple times. Yeah, I'm guessing you were thinking, I can tell what a woman's about before I even meet her. It's funnier in an emoji. Plus, Sinatra says, made a song. It's hilarious. Yeah. And a simp. Yeah, I feel you guys. It's simping ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back to this. Oh, hold on. I said, yeah, simp. I can tell what a woman is about and her history is without talking to her at all. Yeah. She has a vagina. She's a thought. Sounds like a dipshit. Coco Jojo. Seeking female validation is suicide. Women in real life are far less empathetic than men are. These women out here are cold blooded as fuck. Yep. 100%, dude. They will fucking rip your heart out through your asshole and your wallet and not even feel a goddamn thing about it. That's why in that article, it kind of touched on that shit too. It's like what a simp is a codependent. And these modern day thoughts, they're basically the Jezebel spirit. They're the toxic takers that the article was talking about. They're only there to extract resources and validation from the simp men that are looking for validation from playing God and being Captain Sabaho and shit. If it could happen to a man of his caliber, imagine what would happen to us regular dudes. Yeah, dude, for sure. I mean, it goes to show you, dude, it's like money, property, and prestige. That shit don't mean shit. If you're a cuck, you're a cuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you don't have your balls and your mojo and you're not centered with your chi as a man, it doesn't matter how famous you are. You have to be internally fucking masculine before you can, fake it till you make it type shit, which is what Will Smith does. He's pretending to be a man, but really he's just a simp cuck. One of my good friends is simping for his new girlfriend really bad right now. They are like lovesick high school sweethearts. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have that, dude. It's the red pill sphere and the guys like us that think like we do, we are the minority. Like I had a buddy who just got married this last year, and I told him, I was like, bro, I can't co-sign that shit. He wanted me to be a groomsman at his wedding. I was like, bro, I can't do it. I can't co-sign your suicide, homie. I'm not gonna be there. This is the codependent mindset. Yeah, simping, man. That's what simping really is. It's codependency. It's like a legitimate like disorder. Yep. Okay, Coast, what is the purpose of the big lie? Why do they lie to men so much about women's true nature? Everything they tell us in reality is the complete opposite. Well, it's because if if every man in the world knew what I know and what the red pill guys know, they wouldn't be able to control us because nobody would go for it. So the people that, you know, are sitting in political office for decades at a time, basically all they got to do is put on a suit and tie and lie to people, and they're just fucking making hella money. They wouldn't be able to live that lifestyle and maintain that lifestyle if men knew what women are, because women are the bait and men are the fish. The government and the elites, they use women to bait us into marriages, which causes us to have to work more hours, creating more tax revenue, buying shit we don't need, creating more tax revenue, creating more dependence on the system. It's just a trap. It's all a trick to get you to run on the hamster wheel to serve their agenda. It's just like the movie The Matrix. We are batteries. That's our purpose. And they use the women's hypergamous nature as a weapon against us to continue fueling their fucking gynocentric system. Women spend 80% of all money spent. The other 20% is what men spend on their bare necessities. Exactly. If men knew what women really were, that's 80% of money that's not being spent. They basically want to take our power away for themselves. And if men knew what women were, we wouldn't invest as much into this system, and they can't have that because then the power is in our hands. It ultimately comes down to a war between us, just regular men, and the government and the elites. Reminds me of a certain fellow in the chats. He got a girlfriend and just called all the warband incels, and he got roasted off YouTube. Fuck him. Yeah, the blue pill simps, man. Like when they find this red pill shit, and they can't handle it because basically they're in cuck denial, and they have these fake ideas of who they are as cucks. Like Will Smith. Like Will Smith legitimately thinks he's a bad motherfucker. He actually thinks he's doing something. He can't acknowledge the fact that he's a cuck because that would deteriorate his entire fake identity. And that's why a lot of dudes, when they take the red pill, they end up killing themselves because they can't handle the fact that their life is a lie. Gunsight one: are women necessarily self aware enough to know their own true motivations? Sometimes it seems they are as clueless to their own nature as men are. I would say that to a certain degree, they know that how they do things is wrong, but they don't have the ability to just not do it. It's like a drug addict. Like a heroin addict knows that he has a problem and then he needs help, but he can't just stop on his own willpower. I feel like it's the same thing with women and their thoughtery. They know it's wrong, but they're so addicted to, you know, validation and attention and extracting resources from men. It gives them such an ego boost. They can't just walk away from it. You know what I mean? They need to a lot of them they can't stop until they hit the wall and basically lose all attention from men to where they're just basically forced to see how they really are. 5 years of freedom. My ex, or Jim McIntosh said to 5 years of freedom. My ex spent almost exactly 55 minutes every morning putting on her face. Think of that, an hour on makeup and hair every day since puberty. I can't imagine that. Yeah, that's how devoted they are to their thoughtery and their fake bullshit. It's the most important thing to them. They have to be like that. They have to do that for survival. 5 years of freedom. Women, even if aware of their own deviant nature, are still unable to keep it under control. Only a backhand slap can keep a woman in check, and men can no longer use the backhand slap. Yep, that's 100% true. Like back in the day when women were submissive wives, the only reason it worked is because the government didn't enable them to leave the husband and be a whore. They women are if left to their own devices, women will always choose thoughtery. They have to be forced into a position of submission. You can't you can't expect a woman to just do what she's told unless there's consequences. And hence feminism taking over and relieving them of all consequences of their thoughtery is what brings us into the situation we find ourselves in today. You have to watch out for the simp enforcers also. Yes. White knights, there's three levels of simps. There's the simp that believes that women are above him. A mangina is a male feminist that thinks that men and women are equal. And a white knight is like the cop types. They think that it's their job to defend women from men that know that women are whores. A white knight is dangerous as fuck because they're basically women in men's bodies that really believe it's their duty to destroy you to protect the woman. Just like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That's white knight behavior. They will fight you to protect mama. Polska Bob, yep, the crazy train of female fuckery has no brakes. There's no stopping it since we gave them the 19th. We can't do anything about it or they vote us out. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's to the point now where now that women have the right to vote, there's more women than men, so the women are just going to keep voting for this shit. So that's why we have, MGTOW. You know what I mean? That's why we're all here, because it's a fucking shit show. Yep, Peasy fact, young Peasy fact. Simping ain't easy. You're damn right it ain't. Simping, it takes more effort than fucking being a MGTOW red pill guy. We don't gotta do nothing. All we gotta do is stack cash and watch the shit show. They gotta put in all this effort to, take it up the ass. They're gonna take us off the cliff and they'll blame us for it. We're already there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at. That's why I'm here. Because you know what I'm saying? Yep, Captain Save-A-Ho. Can we unfuel the engine though, or no? I'd say probably not completely in our lifetime, but us going MGTOW and walking away from the plantation, every man that goes his own way, that's one less man fueling the gynocentric matrix. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do think that at a certain point, it'll create an alarm on the elite side where they might do something. We got Garuda Ghost. He wants to come in and talk, so I'm gonna let him come in. Hey, what up, Garuda?
Hey, what's up? Ghost MGTOW.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's for me, it's always a pleasure to meet up with a fellow ghost within the manosphere.
I feel you, brother. Ghost Nation is strong.
Yeah, man. It's yeah. I just came up to your stream about a couple of minutes ago. You talk about simping, right?
Yeah, I found this article talking about codependency, and it basically breaks down in professional official terms what a simp really is. There's actually like a legal term for it. It's called codependency.
Yeah. Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, first, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be a party pooper or whatever, but like also within the manosphere, we got some simps.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. There's a lot of guys that are basically incels that realize they're not going to find validation in women, so they come to the manosphere and the red pill community seeking validation from us.
Yeah, true, and as a MGTOW, you gotta realize one thing. Like this is what I've noticed. Like before I red pilled myself, I got female validation. Since I'm red pilled and I officially going my own way, like whatever you say about women, they are not stupid. They have some sort of a sixth sense. They when they see a man, they know damn well, okay, this man is MGTOW or this is red pill. So that female validation that I had before I went MGTOW, I don't have that anymore. But I accepted that, and that is the reason that I'm going my own way. And like I wanna give you an example. Like I'm not gonna call out any names, but right now within the manosphere, it became regular that there are also women coming into live streams. Uh, do whatever what you want, but I don't want to participate to that. Like this is what I've noticed when a woman comes into a chat box or in a live stream, it's always like, hey, we have a woman, hello, this or that. Hey, fuck that, bro. Fuck that shit. And like, yeah, sorry, but that is my opinion. I don't want to be like that. Is not the reason that I came into the manosphere. So for me, that is also a form of simping. Yeah, what is your opinion about that?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I came to MGTOW and the Manosphere to escape the gynocentric system. The last thing I want to do is pretend I give a fuck what any woman has to say, even if she pretends that she agrees with Red Pill.
Yeah,
I won't ever allow any women to come into my chat. I don't care if they're pretending to be seeking help. Uh, I encourage anybody that I've given a wrench to if we find out there's a woman in the chat, to block them, because this is a space for men. There's nowhere else we can go to get away from women. So why the fuck would we let them ruin this space too?
yeah, exactly. And you hit the nail right on the head, bro. And I am glad that there is at least somebody that agrees with me, because like for me, like okay, like when it comes to MGTOW, first of all, for me MGTOW is a choice. Like as a man you can be red pilled, but you don't have to go MGTOW if you don't want that. Like you don't have to walk away from women if you don't want that. But for me, walking away from women is walking away from every aspect. So yeah, no women in my chat box, or and definitely not in my live stream. And for me it defies logic when you say I walked away from women but you let a woman into your live stream. And yeah, I do not understand that, bro.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, man. It's you can take the red pill and still be a simp. Like this article that I was just showing, like codependency. If you can still have codependent attributes and and understand female nature. So what I'm saying is I'm not here to bash the men that are still simping, that have taken the red pill and want to learn more and overcome their simping behavior. They're welcome on my chat and stuff. It's just, don't bring that simping bullshit here with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. And like you said, like everybody is welcome on my channel, but I cannot guarantee that. Like I cannot give them a feeling that they are welcome. They gotta give that to themselves. And like a couple of weeks ago, I made a video about pumping and dumping is not MGTOW. Like I know for sure I pissed off at least a couple of guys, but I don't care about that, because like I think if you do not agree with that, then you probably do not agree with the MGTOW philosophy.
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of people want to argue that there aren't levels of MGTOW. I definitely think that there is. Like we're ghosts, which is we're deep into it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like you, man. I don't, once I figured out fully what female nature was, you know what I'm saying? They're only good for one thing. And that thing has been corrupted and tainted. So it's like literally there's no point in pursuing it. I'm not necessarily a monk, you know what I'm saying? But I don't promote I promote monk mode. Like I feel like that's the best way to go. And that's my goal. That's where I'm headed. But, I guess you could say there's still a level of simping that I'm overcoming, but I'm not trying to justify that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here, because I know that monk mode is the way to go. So that's eventually where I'm headed.
Yeah, and like even if you simp, then yeah, please do not take that to your channel and into the manosphere. Like if you simp, then at least keep it for yourself. And that is the problem that I have with some guys within the manosphere. They take that simping into their channel and also share that within the manosphere. Like if I am having a live stream with you right now, like if you would say to me like my girlfriend is in the room next to me, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Then probably you are not on the same level with me.
Yeah, I mean, you got Happy Humble Hermit. He's got really good content. I believe that he's about what he says, but he does have a girlfriend. He doesn't cohabitate, and he's not planning on getting married or having kids with her. I don't see, for me, like, I'm not here to push my beliefs on other MGTOW men, but at the same time, I'm not gonna also pretend like there isn't different levels of it. There are different levels to it, but you know what I'm saying? For me personally, when it comes to letting women on streams and stuff, like, if you wanna do that, that's fine. Just know that I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wanna go out here and pump and dump a woman, I'll do that just because I'm a sovereign man, and that's just what I feel like doing. Is it simping? Probably, to a certain degree. Am I trying to promote simping or justify it? No. But at the same time, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to prove anything. I'm just here to uh, share my red pill awareness with other guys. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like you said earlier, I'm not here to validate guys that want to justify their simping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to inform and, uh, fellowship with other men that are like-minded. Yeah, there's different levels of it, and we all have different ideas, but at the end of the day, 98% of what we agree on is 98%. There is like a 2% difference, but I feel you with the simping in the manosphere. I'm not really on that either. If you want to simp, go simp out in the real world. It ain't hard to find a slut to fucking have fun with.
Yeah, like I think this is just my vision, but I think like MGTOW is going your own way, yeah, alone, not with a woman, and like MGTOW is what you make from it and not what other men make from it. But I think there are definitely limits, because like if there were like there is not a specific there are not specific rules of like, this is MGTOW or this is not MGTOW. But if you cohabitate, yeah, for me, that like if you would say to me like, I am a single guy, like I am assuming you are MGTOW. For me, it defies logic if you say like, I am MGTOW, but I am living together. For me, that doesn't make sense. So I think like, yeah, MGTOW is what you make from it, but there are definitely limits, because like then like we also can discuss like, you can be gay and MGTOW, you can be a transgender and MGTOW. Hey bro,
Well, I disagree with that. I think you have to, if you're a MGTOW, you definitely have to be a straight guy for sure.
yeah, exactly. But like I am just giving you example, like there are definitely limits.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, it's men going their own way. Like, what we all have in common is that we've realized that we live in a gynocentric society, and to a certain degree, we're all walking away from it and finding our own path. Everybody's path isn't going to look exactly the same. So, like for you, if what going your own way is monk mode and that's what's staying true to you, then yeah, dude, 100% back that. Like, I support men going their own way and thinking for themselves and doing what's best for them, regardless of what other people think about it, even other MGTOWs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like yeah, I also gotta be honest, like the lifestyle that I am living, like to be really honest, that is the best for me, but I wouldn't recommend it to the majority, because like my personality, that is actually the reason that I became MGTOW. Like not because like my knowledge that became later, but like it is not uh, for me it is the best lifestyle. It is definitely not perfect, but like that it is good for me, maybe it is not good for you. So
Yeah.
do like you gotta do what you think that is the best for you.
Yeah. Like, I mean, for a guy that just freshly took the red pill, it would almost be a traumatic experience to go from being a blue pill simp to 100% monk in one day. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like going cold turkey from fucking heroin or some kind of drug. You know, there's certain drugs that like if you quit cold turkey, it can kill you. So like in the same sense of like red pill, man, like if you're a blue pill simp and you try to go monk mode in the first day, that's almost, you know what I'm saying? That's you can overwhelm yourself with it. You got to take baby steps into it. It's not it's a process, you know what I'm saying? And different men are at different levels of it, and it's men going our own way, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it the same way that every other MGTOW does it. But I respect every as long as you're a red pill man that puts yourself first and is no longer simping, I can respect that. I think there is a difference between a purple pill, you know, fresh and simp type guy and a level 1 MGTOW like Happy Hubble Hermit, where you can tell by his content that he's 100% red pilled MGTOW, but he does still have a girlfriend, but he's not promoting simping. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, but that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I personally, I'd rather jack off than pretend I give a shit about anything a woman has to say.
Yeah. And I think like red pill, it is a acronym for some sort of knowledge, and MGTOW is an acronym for a lifestyle. But I think it also became more common sense compared to a couple of years ago. And I think there comes a time that so many men get red pilled and go MGTOW that actually like that we don't even have to use the acronym red pill and MGTOW anymore, I think.
What do you think it's becoming so well known that people know what you're talking about without actually using the acronym?
Yeah. That is actually what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, if my channel ever grew big enough to where people knew who I was already, I probably wouldn't even use the acronym. I just put it up there just for like other MGTOWs that don't know who I am yet to know that like that's what I am.
Yeah, like if you have a word of some certain thing, like it is also more easy for other people to understand it. So, but it's yeah, for me it's actually yeah more yeah an acronym that I can identify myself with that acronym. But if that acronym didn't exist, then I will still yeah would living that lifestyle. But yeah, I think it becomes more common, it becomes more regular, and I think yeah there comes a time that we don't even have to use those acronyms anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes because like for me, I was a MGTOW before I even knew MGTOW was a thing. I think a lot of MGTOWs are because this stuff really isn't advertised in the mainstream. So if you take the red pill out in the world, like in your personal life, and you don't know that MGTOW is a community, then you know what I'm saying? You're a MGTOW essentially, but you don't claim the acronym. But yeah, spec streaming, he said, I am single. I can call myself MGTOW, maybe sent my own way initially, but I do buy escorts sometimes, black pilled. Yeah, I mean, and even like the black pill guys that want to come on my channel and just listen, you can still benefit from red pill content if you're a black pill guy. You can still benefit from MGTOW content if you're not a MGTOW because the stuff we talk about is true. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't just my thing is I don't have a problem with any man coming into my channel and sharing his thoughts as long as you're not, you know, being annoying. I don't care. My thing is this is I wanted to create a man space. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I came to the MGTOW community because I thought it was a male exclusive community, which it's not necessarily, but you know, my channel is going to be. But simps are welcome in my chat. Just sit down and shut up if you're a simp. You know what I mean? Unless you got something good to say that can be used to benefit everybody. I'm not calling you a simp spec streaming. I'm just saying Yeah, if you're not a MGTOW, bro, I'm not hating on you or nothing like that. Like you're welcome here to share your thoughts and stuff like that. If maybe you'll get red pilled through listening to red pill content. My thing is though is with the incel guys that are black pill. A part of me wants to suggest that they go run through about 20 thoughts and then they'll take the red pill. But at the same time, that's dangerous as fuck. So I don't really want to recommend that. What do you think about that, Garuda Ghost? The incel guys that they relate to MGTOW content, but they're not necessarily MGTOWs. What do you think about that?
Yeah, first of all, I think, first I want to say, like, your knowledge doesn't gonna say, like, your knowledge cannot always save you. Whatever type of knowledge you have, do not put yourself into the danger zone. So yeah, your knowledge is not enough. It depends on the things that you do or the things that you do not do because of your knowledge. And when you talk about the incel guys that are watching MGTOW videos, like people and also men, they are looking for a place that they can belong to, a place that gives them the feeling that they belong to a certain group. That is not a solution, but it is a distraction for a while. What I'm trying to say with that is, like, when I first came into the manosphere, uh, I listen to guys that have the same experiences like me. But when it comes to self development, with some guys, even though they have the same experiences like me, I cannot relate to them because uh, they don't know where they are going, and I know that. So when you talk about incels, they are watching MGTOW videos, they don't know where they are going. That is actually my answer to your question.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you're looking for a club to belong to and distract yourself from your misery, MGTOW is not the place for you. If you're looking for the truth to change your life for yourself, then red pill MGTOW content is for you. So I get what you're saying there. Like we were both saying earlier, I'm not here to validate simps. I'm here to expose them to the reality that they are simps, so that way they can make the decision for themselves. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be Captain Save a Simp either. I'm doing this ultimately for myself. You know what I mean? I just enjoy, conversing with other red pill guys, maybe helping out a few other guys and stuff like that. This is more just like a recreational hobby than anything.
Yeah, and like the knowledge that I have, like I got that for free. And like for me, like when it comes to my channel and like also this conversation that we are having right now, for me that is that type of camaraderie. What gives me positive energy, to be active in this community, because like MGTOW is worldwide, but I think the majority is more from the United States. Me myself, I'm from the Netherlands. That's a really small country in Western Europe. And like I am thankful also, especially as a non-American, to be part of this manosphere. And like I want to share my knowledge for free. Like I am a really small channel. I have about, I think, 310 subs. I will probably never make it until 1,000 subs so that I can monetize my channel. But like I don't even want to monetize my channel. And like, I don't want to get off topic, but like when it comes to having a PayPal link, like if you have a PayPal link and if you say, like, feel free to donate, you don't have to donate, but feel free. I wouldn't have a problem with that, because like I also don't know your situation. I do have a problem when people say, you must give me a donation if you really care about this community. And if you don't give me a donation, you don't care about this community. Uh, Give me some money so that I can make it possible for you to make another video. Like, that is where I have a problem with that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with that. Yeah, like for me personally, like if my channel ever grew to the point to where I could, get donations from viewers that could afford to do it and it would help me, I would do that just because simply, you know, if I'm investing my time and energy, and even if all I'm doing is simply entertaining people for a few hours and they feel like they want to help me out, I'm not going to say no to it. But at the same time, I would do this. I'm doing this for free now, and if I have to keep doing it for free, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting something out of it too, to a certain extent. But yeah, I get what you're saying, because it's like, Hammerhand, he'll have Undead Chronic come on there and put his PayPal link on there, and I don't mind throwing Hammer a few bucks. You know what I'm saying? He creates content. You know what I'm saying? He's helping people, and it's entertaining at the very least. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind helping out a brother, but at the same time, I get what you mean with the grifter stuff, where it's like, pay $2,000 for my program and I'll teach you how to get women. It's like, dude, I can teach. I'm actually a former pickup artist. I was thinking about just making pickup videos, just simply to stop enabling these PUAs to take advantage of other dudes, just to put them out of business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true, but like I have a problem with those. Like, they try to emotional blackmail you, like by saying, like, if you do not give me money, then you probably do not care about this community. Then I have a problem with you. I also have a problem when you say to me, like, give me money so that I make it possible for you to make another video. Like, me myself, I don't need no money to make a video. Like, I don't have a problem by giving you a few dollars, but if you do not ask me. But like, I think, like I said, that I don't have a problem with people that have a PayPal link. But if you demand me to give money for me to help yourself, yeah, for me, that those are two different things.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. 5 Years of Freedom said, Ghost MGTOW, what do you think about mothers who tell their sons they need to man up and go get a job and get married? I think that the getting married part is, I mean, basically that's the gynocentric thinking. That's where it starts from. It comes from the moms and shit. And I think it's partly from their own biased, hive-minded woman thought. And then at the same time, I think that women are blue pill. But at the same time, you got these mothers that want to turn their sons into son husbands. And I feel like those are actually worse than the mothers that tell their kid to get a job and get married. Because if a kid goes out and gets a job and tries to get married, at least he's being self-supporting to the point of where he's like maybe trying to get married, and maybe he'll get red pilled along the way. But these son husbands and these women that basically they're doing what the future baby mama would have done. They're basically turning their sons into prisoners to turn them into emotional tampons and like workhorses and shit. So a lot of women won't even suggest to their sons to go out and be a man because they want to use their son as a son husband. I think that's more fucked up than the blue pill moms that are just ignorant, telling them to go out and chase blue pill dreams. What do you think about that, Garuda Ghost?
Yeah, I think those mothers, like, when it comes to their husbands, I think they are disappointed in their husbands, at some certain points, and they hope that their sons, can yeah, I don't really know how to say that in English, but I think they are disappointed in their husbands at some certain points, and they hope that their sons can fill that up. Yeah, I don't really know how to say that in English, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I definitely agree, man. It's women are like basically a blue pill simp is a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's what women are. If you take away all the looks and shit and break them down to their simplest form, a woman is just a blue pill simp that's fucking desperate for validation and attention. So if they push their husband to the point of where he no longer gives a fuck, they'll just simp for their own son. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it is what it is, but it's I think it's at the same time it's also some sort of a mother. Like, I am 32 years old right now, and my mom is still trying to tell me what to do and not to do, you know? So, like for them, their sons, but also their daughters, for them, they also see their children as, yeah, like, we can take care of them at that moment if they cannot take care of themselves. And yeah, of course, because like they also take care of us. So when it comes to like me myself, I don't have no children, but I think for them, yeah, they are emotional attached to their children because it's also give them some social security and some safety, I think.
Yeah, for sure. 5 Years of Freedom said, Ghost MGTOW, what about when a woman says MGTOW men just can't get laid? That comes from the female. They have to maintain the female narrative. They have to have these simps thinking that the goal in life is to satisfy women. If word gets out that there's a bunch of men that are willing to walk away from women, and the other simps hear that, then that's more simps walking away from the plantation potentially. And the less simps there are, the less free resources that these women can get. It's less victims for them to choose from. So they can't have simps knowing that MGTOW men are regular men that can get laid, because if they know that about us, they're going to come looking to us for advice and stuff. But if they think that we're incels, they're going to just think we're losers that can't get any, and they're not going to be interested in what we have to say. So women have to maintain that narrative to prevent simps from coming to us for advice. And Gunsight One said, women have sky high expectations, and whenever a man fails to meet those expectations, they become extremely toxic. Yeah, you got to think, man. Like, since a woman hits puberty, and men start simping for her and telling her everything she wants to hear every day, they get a false sense of entitlement from all these simps. So they expect you to meet the unrealistic expectations that they have. And when you don't do that, they basically have to realize that everything that they believe about themselves is bullshit. That's why MGTOW is such a threat, dude. Because we're basically proof that the feminist narrative is bullshit. What do you think about that, Ghost?
And like, if I think back right now, when it comes to the women that I have been with, like when I'm together with a woman, I don't really have expectations from her. I just want to have a good time together with a woman. And like we men, we want something together with a woman. But a woman, she wants something from a man. and there's the difference.
Yep, exactly. That's like that article I found today. That's why I picked it, because it literally broke it down what a codependent relationship is. There's two parties. There's the giver and the taker, and that's what the women are in today's society. They're only there to take. They're not there to add to your life. They're not there for you. They're there for themselves.
Yeah, and when it like we are going MGTOW, when people ask, like, as a MGTOW, can you get laid? Of course, like, we all can get laid, but that is not the reason that we go MGTOW. We go MGTOW because, like we all know, when it comes to relationships, women have a different type of understanding what love is when it comes to relationships. Like MGTOW, for me, it has nothing to do with, like, can I get laid or not? No, when you are in a relationship, I always missed some certain things, and I think, like, if a woman tries to help a man, it's always in her benefit, like, and
Yeah.
I am not gonna say that they always try to ruin a man, but I do not believe in the fact that a woman wants to help a man. And if you think she is helping you, that's because she is trying to make you happy with the things that she wants.
Yeah, exactly. Women don't have love. They have hypergamy. That they're only interested in the bigger, better deal. They're only interested in their own selfish needs. Men are the only ones that are capable of love, which is just doing something for somebody else purely out of the kindness of your heart, which that isn't simping. Simping is when you do that to the point of where you're being taken advantage of. You can be a kind person without being a simp. And 5 Years of Freedom said, boom, women's currency is to provide that codependent simp the validation he needs, and they do that providing pussy, which is the means for a man to produce progeny. Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. Women only do what they have to for you to get what they want out of you, which, I mean, to a certain degree, it's like that's what all relationships are. It's based off of, give and take, give and take. But for women, it's their motive. It's all about the motives. You know what I'm saying? Their motives are not to be uh, helpful. They're just they're parasites. There's a difference between a parasite and someone that contributes to your life. Barbarossa taught us best. He told us how women threaten to extinguish men by cutting off the pussy and the womb. Yeah, that's why MGTOW is such a threat, because we're basically willing to just walk away from that stuff willingly. So once as a man, once you make that decision to no longer chase women or want to reproduce, then they have nothing left to hold over your head. They have nothing left to use to control you. Walking away is the most powerful thing that you can do. He said, women threaten to end men by closing their legs. No son for a man equal his line is extinguished. Yeah, I mean, if you're a legacy guy and you want to have kids, then yeah, they can use that over your head. That's why you should never make anything more important than your own sovereignty as a man. You have to be a sovereign individual man before you have to worry about anything external. Tom says 5 years of freedom. I have 8 kids, 8 grandkids after my wife died. I went monk mode. Yeah, the whole narrative that that we're incels and can't get laid is it's complete bullshit, bro.
Yeah, like it isn't like we all can get laid, but when it comes to having a relationship with a woman, and like I only speak about myself right now. When I look back at the women that I had, like I always had to explain them everything, Like try to imagine that that you are a doctor and your girlfriend is your patient, and just because of the fact that you love her, you gotta tell her that she is sick in her head and that she needs help. uh, do you get my, I don't know how to explain that in English, but do you get my point?
Yeah, it's women think that being emotional is love. That's not what love is. Like you just said,
No.
pointing out the obvious in order to help someone you care about is a loving thing to do. But because it hurts your feelings, women interpret it and simps interpret it as hate. If I got a buddy who's being a complete cuck, simp, mangina, and I call him out on it, it's not because I want to be a dick and I hate him. It's because I care about him and I want better for him. But if you're an emotional person, you're going to take it personally and think that they're attacking you when they're just trying to help you out.
Yeah, like your emotions, that has a lot of influences on the choices that you make in life. Like if you are angry, or if you are sad, or if you are not happy, then there is a big chance that you can make a really really wrong decision at a really wrong moment. And yeah, always think about the consequences.
Yeah, if your motivation in life is seeking emotional fulfillment, then your priorities are fucked up because emotions are up and down no matter what. You know, if your operating system is based off of how you feel at any given moment, then you think like a woman. Logical men do not think like that. We understand that there's ups and downs in life and you got to deal with shit you don't want to deal with. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. But unfortunately, in this day and age, you know, being a weak, pathetic simp and being a hypergamous whore is almost encouraged to the point where we're basically living in clown world. I don't know if feminism has dominated the Netherlands as much as it has in the US, but like you said, that's probably why MGTOW is big over here because I I said this in one of my videos. Wherever feminism is, wherever feminism grows, the stronger it gets, the bigger there's going to be MGTOW because at a certain point, every man is going to reach the breaking point of no longer giving a fuck. Would you say
Yeah.
that in the Netherlands, feminism is not as bad as it is over here in the U.S.?
Yeah, that's really complicating. Like, first of all, the Netherlands is a really small country, but really crowded. And let's say the Netherlands is a little bit bigger than the state of New Jersey, and we have about 17.5 million people. It is really crowded. So because it's so crowded, people do not really pay attention at each other. In the Netherlands, it is more easy to be an individual and do your own thing compared to the United States. But me myself, I've been to the United States 3 times, and like everything that is happening in the United States always coming to Europe, especially Western Europe. So I think when it comes to feminism, the United States is one step higher than Europe, but it is also coming this way. And like when I found out, MGTOW content, I recognized that. So even though in the Netherlands it is way less than in the United States, we have pretty much the same problem, but smaller. But it's you can compare it, but for a small country, shit is also coming over here.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty much everywhere. I was just curious because you said there's not as many MGTOWs in the Netherlands as Americans. I would say that there probably are more MGTOWs in the Netherlands than you are aware of. They just don't know that MGTOW exists.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm the only Dutch guy that has a channel. There a couple of years ago there was a Dutch guy, the Solitary.
Every woman that I meet is unfaithful. Every guy in town is stuffing her puss hole. Y'all
My bad, dude. I didn't mean to
What
hit
was that, man?
That's a Wheeler Walker Jr. Here, I'll play it. I'm going to go grab a cigarette real quick. I'll play it for you.
Every woman that I meet is unfaithful. Every guy in town is stuffing her puss hole. Y'all can have her, I hope you like blue balls. I'm better off alone, beating off.
Could you understand what he was saying?
Yeah, I understand. I was more paying attention to the background, because I also have that background what you have in one of my videos.
Yeah, that's from that movie They Live.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, dude. That's such a red pill movie.
Yeah, and when I watched that movie, that was before I got red pilled, and yeah, same with the Matrix, and yeah, a lot of other movies. Like for me, the red pill was a confirmation of the things that I already knew, and yeah, now I finally understand it.
Yeah, I mean dude. I found MIG. I was already a red pill MGTOW man. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago is when I really started, and I found MGTOW about a year ago, like MGTOW content, and I've been consuming it ever since. And every day, it gets the red pill awareness just keeps growing and growing and growing. It's like a never ending thing. It's like once you realize how one thing works based off of hypergamy and the gynocentric system, you start seeing the matrix code and everything, and you can see how what you learned in red pill, like how it actually affects every aspect of society.
Yeah, true, man. Hey, but for me, it's pretty late. I'm gonna hop off. I don't know. You wanna ask me something or before I go?
I don't have any questions for you, but I'll just put it out here on the video for anybody that watches this in the future or in the chat. Go check out Garuda Ghost's channel. I'm subscribed to your channel. You do have some good content, so anybody that's looking for some new content creators to listen to, go check out Garuda Ghost.
Yeah, I think your channel also needs to grow, man. I'm also sub to your channel, and I consider my content as a little bit different than most, but your content is also a little bit different than most. Like it is not easy to be unique, and I think right now, 2022, red pill and MGTOW content is not so popular anymore. But I don't give a fuck about that. I do this for myself, and if somebody can benefit from it, yeah, 1 + 1 is always 2 for me. So, but yeah, anyway, yeah, thanks, man. I just wanted to say hello to you, but I'm in your stream now for I think about 40 minutes or so. But yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for hopping on.
And
Appreciate it.
yeah, 5 years of freedom. If you are still there, we are also gonna do a stream. Definitely, I am fucking busy for the upcoming 3 weeks. But yeah, 5 years of freedom. I'm gonna contact you. I'm gonna contact you when I have time, my brother. But yeah, everybody, thanks in the chat box. Ghost MGTOW, I hope you continue this stream. Maybe somebody else is gonna pop on. But hey, thanks, man. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Talk to you later,
Okay.
man.
MGTOW worldwide, peace, brothers.
Peace, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw the link in here just in case somebody wants to come in here. Let's see, copy, edit, paste. Yeah. Anybody wants to hop in, you can hop in. I can tell a huge difference. Gunsight One says, I can tell a huge difference in the amount of exposure the red pill is getting now versus a few years ago. I think TikTok has opened a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, I think just social media in general has opened people's eyes because now women are able to fully indulge in their hypergamous nature like never before. It used to be you'd have like the neighborhood whore that just everybody in the neighborhood ran through. But now it's like everybody in the neighborhood and in the planet is DMing these women. So these women are getting flown out to different cities, and they're posting pictures every single day just to get that validation of likes and shit. So it's, yeah, for sure, dude. Social media fucking intensified the shit. Let's see. Coco Jojo, when a guy drops a girl off after a date, a lot of the time she's going out again or a guy is coming over. Then the extra food she got to go is going to be eaten by another guy. Hoes like disrespecting you. Yeah, when I was a pickup artist, dude, that was such a red pilling experience for me because I was that guy that I'd go over to a chick's house, blow her back out, and after we're done just chilling, I'm smoking a cigarette, she's telling me about these dudes that are spending all their money taking them out on dates and shit earlier that same day, and then having me come over and blow their back out. That shit was so red pilling to me because it made me realize female nature. It's like, dude, these guys are putting in so much time and effort into these hoes, and all I'm doing is just spitting some game at them, and they're giving me everything on the first night that these guys are jumping through hoops for. It was so red pilling. I could never take after being a pickup artist and going through women like that, I could never take a relationship serious with a woman. I just couldn't do it. I know too much now. A man who gets upset over a woman is like a man who gets upset at a cloud for dropping rain on the ground. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's a part of the red pill awareness, because like Coach Greg Adams did a video on that where it's like there's stages of grief. When you take that red pill, you basically realize that the fairy tale woman unicorn that you had in your mind is dead. So you go through the rage, the depression, and the eventually acceptance. But once you take the red pill, it's impossible to get mad at them because you already know they're going to do what they're going to do. Aristotle, a woman's word isn't worth the water it's written on. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's why when I get on these streams and there's guys that let women come on the stream, like as soon as the woman starts talking, I just turn it off because I'm like there's literally no validity to what she's saying. The only reason she's talking right now is to either get attention or find holes in the group that she can exploit to maybe benefit herself in some way. So it's like they literally have nothing of value to say. But I'm at an hour and a half on this stream, which is pretty cool because I was just fucking around with the stream sharing, just seeing what would happen. So I'm gonna hop off here for now. I might hop back on later, I'm not sure. But everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys being here. But I'm out.
Every woman that I meet is unfaithful. Every guy in town is stuffing her puss hole. Y'all can have her, I hope you like blue balls. I'm better off alone, beating on.